Now that we have tested the payments for Braintree, let's go ahead and create the PayPal checkout button and actually make a payment. So let's head over to our PHP editor, and I already have the code completed. You guys can follow along by clicking on the link that I've included on the description below, and just copy and paste it. So we're going to open the PayPal checkout file and start out by copying the HTML code over here. So starting with the doc type HTML and going all the way down, ending in the closing form tag over here. Gonna copy that, paste it over here, and I'm going to explain you what this all means in just a second. And then just go to where the opening script tag is and just select everything all the way down to the end of the file. Copy that over here and then paste it over here. Alright, so let's take a look at this function over here, unauthorize. So what this will do is authorize the payment, and then it's going to return the payload, and then from the payload we're going to retrieve the nonce, okay, and add it to the hidden field with the ID named hidden nonce using jQuery. Once we add the value to the hidden field, we're going to go ahead and submit the form so that we can process the payment. So let's do that right now. Okay, so we want to first make sure that we have a nonce. So we're going to say if is set post hidden nonce, and then we're going to put the closing brace at the end of the PHP tag right before it closes, and we're going to copy this value and replace it with the fake valid nonce right over here. Okay. Alright, so that's going to pass the hidden nonce for the payment method nonce. And then the next thing that you need to do is once you go to production, you need to change sandbox to production. So you just put in production, or what you guys can do is pass in a variable, PHP variable over here called env, and then you can define it by checking to see if the environment you're on is localhost or production, and then assign it a string, which is sandbox or production. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna go back and put sandbox. Now for the values over here, you can add your variables. So you can add an amount variable that you created. So right over here, echo amount. So once you create an amount variable, you can add it over here. You don't have to add strings around it because it's an integer, so you can just leave it the way it is. And then for the rest of the values, like the name, you can do the same thing and enclose it in the quotation mark. So you can put like name over here and define the variable name, and then just replace the value that was there. What I do recommend you guys doing though is just testing it the way it is now, making sure everything works, and once you see everything is working, then you guys can add the PHP variables. Okay, and I would actually do it like step by step. So I would do like the amount first, and then maybe the recipient name, the address, the city, do another test, and then do country code, postal code, state, phone, and then test it again, making sure that everything is working properly. Alright, now that we got everything filled out on this form, on this page, let's go ahead and check to see if the payment works. Oh yeah, and also for this div element, there's no PayPal button over here because the script dynamically creates one and adds it inside this div element over here. So as you can see, there's an ID called PayPal button. So this function will just dynamically add that PayPal button over here for it to show. Okay. Now, if there's an issue with your JavaScript code, then the button will not show. So, as an example, if let's say I delete the E, and you know what? Let's first of all go to the page. So let's go to PayPal checkout. Okay, so let's just go ahead and say I delete the C and I refresh it. then that's not going to show. You're going to see an error on the console log saying that it cannot read the property, and then the button is just gone. So just in case you're wondering why there's no button, that's probably the reason why. So I'm going to go back and undo that change, refresh the page, and now I'm going to click on the button. So as I mentioned on the first video, we're using an email address that I've created in the Sandbox account. So if I go to the Sandbox over here, and once you guys are logged in, you go to your dashboard and then click on accounts, and then you'll see a list of email addresses that you can use over here. So you guys can create an email address or use the one that PayPal has provided. So I'm going to use the one that I created. So let's type in eldin@gmail.com and then the password, and then click on login. Alright, so then I'm going to click on pay now, and that's going to post the form using jQuery. Okay, so now I got a successful ID, and you can then log into your Braintree account and then click on transactions over here and click on search, and this is where you'll be able to see that corresponding ID right over here and the transaction amount. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys want to see other videos or have any suggestions on videos you want me to make using PHP, just please feel free to comment below. And if you guys want to see future videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.